Digital dangers. This editorial examines digital technology's paradoxical risks and unintended consequences. Among the paradoxes of our era is that globalization has been connecting the world and also fragmenting it. Paradoxes means contradictory phenomena. Globalization means the increasing interconnectedness of the world. This sentence means that although globalization links people, it also creates divisions. The world is more interconnected than ever before, but also atomized. Atomized means divided into isolated individuals. This sentence means that while the world is closely linked, people are increasingly isolated. This has been accentuated by the ever-growing but complex and crowded media landscape. Accentuated means made more pronounced. Crowded media landscape means a media environment filled with competing sources. This sentence means that rapid media expansion intensifies both connection and isolation. In the information age, trivia and falsehood compete with information to engage our attention, challenging us to separate the two and focus on what is factual and really important. Trivia refers to insignificant details. Falsehood means untrue statements. This sentence means that in our current era, trivial and false content competes with genuine information, making it hard to distinguish truth. Moreover, profusion of information does not necessarily mean an accretion in knowledge. Profusion means a large quantity. Accretion means gradual increase. This sentence means that having too much information does not automatically lead to greater understanding. There is now a growing body of literature that deals with information and communication technology. This sentence means that many recent studies focus on how digital communication affects society. Some books extol its benefits and virtues, while others express skepticism and point to its dangers and detrimental consequences. Extol means to praise highly. Skepticism means doubt. Detrimental consequences means harmful effects. This sentence means that while some authors celebrate digital technology, others warn of its risks. A compelling new publication, Superbloom, How Technologies of Connection Tear Us Apart by Nicholas Carr, belongs firmly to the latter category. Compelling means persuasively interesting. This sentence means that Nicholas Carr's book criticizes digital technology for its negative impacts. Carr has written several books on the impact of technology on people's lives and thinking. This sentence means that Carr is an established critic of technology's influence on cognition. His previous work, The Shallows, analyzed what the internet was doing to our brains, in which he argued it was seriously affecting our ability to think deeply even as it was opening new vistas for us. Analyze means examined in detail. New vistas means new opportunities or perspectives. This sentence means that in The Shallows, Carr claimed that while the internet offers new prospects, it impairs deep thinking. His new book takes that conversation forward and expands on it by examining how digital communication technology information systems, online platforms, and tools that include smartphones, the internet, computers, social media, and artificial intelligence are influencing and changing the lives of people and societies. Takes that conversation forward is an idiom meaning builds on previous ideas. This sentence means that his latest book further explores how various digital tools transform society. All these connections that enable people to receive so much information and messages at unprecedented speed and scope should broaden minds, enlarge empathy, and create more understanding and harmony. Unprecedented means never before seen. This sentence means that ideally, fast and wide communication would expand our minds and promote unity. It is often assumed that by making communication more efficient and accessible, a lot of problems can be fixed. This sentence means that many believe improved communication can solve many issues. But, Carr argues, it hasn't turned out this way. This sentence means that according to Carr, the expected benefits of digital communication have not materialized. In fact, it has unleashed unforeseen and unintended consequences, which have had a contrary effect, undermining understanding and trust and contributing to strife and social disharmony. Unforeseen and unintended consequences means unexpected negative effects. This sentence means that digital communication has, in reality, reduced trust and increased conflict. Speed and intensity in the flow of information and stimuli force people to rely on intuitive thinking based on biases. Intuitive thinking means quick, instinctive reasoning. Biases means prejudices or preconceptions. This sentence means that the fast pace of digital content pushes people to make snap judgments influenced by bias. It robs them of the ability to tap into deeper analysis. This sentence means that rapid information flow hinders thorough, critical thinking. It has undermined careful reading, reasoned analysis, methodical evaluation, and contemplative inquiry. This sentence means that digital media disrupts detailed and thoughtful study. Attention splinters, understanding grows thin, he posits. Adding, rather than leveling barriers to knowledge, it becomes a barrier itself. Posits means asserts. Attention splinters is a metaphor meaning focus is broken into fragments. Understanding grows thin means comprehension diminishes. Leveling barriers to knowledge means removing obstacles to learning. This sentence means that Carr argues digital media fractures our attention and becomes an obstacle to deep understanding. This results in mental shortcuts and shallow thinking. This sentence means that these effects lead to oversimplified, superficial thought processes. Carr takes readers on a fascinating journey through the history of technological advancement, starting with the invention of the telegraph to present-day large-scale communication networks, along with the profits made by giant, unaccountable tech companies. Fascinating journey means an engaging exploration. Large-scale communication networks means modern global communication systems. Unaccountable tech companies means corporations that escape regulation. This sentence means that Carr reviews technological progress from early inventions to today's dominant tech giants. He draws on psychology and sociology to buttress many of his observations. Buttress means supports strongly. This sentence means that Carr uses social sciences to reinforce his arguments. Every advance in media, he writes, was accompanied by millenarian rhetoric. Millenarian rhetoric is an idiom referring to apocalyptic language promising radical change. This sentence means that each media innovation was heralded with grand, transformative promises. Each time, claims were made about how the world would become a better, friendlier place with people joined in happy brotherhood. Happy brotherhood is a metaphor meaning a state of harmonious unity. This sentence means that every media breakthrough was touted as creating a more unified and peaceful world. Personal diplomacy would be rendered obsolete, crises averted, and wars prevented. This sentence means that it was claimed that communication technology would eliminate the need for traditional diplomacy and prevent conflicts. None of this, of course, happened. This sentence means that the optimistic promises did not come true. Therefore, Carr asserts, we had been telling ourselves lies about communication and about ourselves. This sentence means that Carr believes society has deceived itself regarding the benefits of digital communication. So, communication technology has brought untold benefits, but also involved harmful repercussions. The sentence means that while digital tools offer many advantages, they also cause significant negative effects. He reserves his most scathing critique for social media and the tech companies that run them. Scathing critique means severe criticism. This sentence means that Carr's harshest criticism is directed at social media and its corporate controllers. The consequences of this have yet to be fully fathomed. Fathomed means understood completely. This sentence means that the full impact of social media is still not entirely known. More than promoting facts and truth, social media amplifies falsehoods and hostility. This sentence means that instead of simply informing, social media often magnifies lies and aggression. Shorn of communication barriers, it brings people's worst instincts into play. Shorn of communication barriers means without limits on communication. This sentence means that by removing filters, social media triggers the worst behaviors. The ugly content that pervades the social media, he also attributes to tech companies and the role played by algorithms. Pervades means spreads throughout. This sentence means that Carr blames tech companies and their algorithms for the prevalence of offensive content. They choose content to stir strong emotions that create a slippery slope, compelling people to be drawn even more into the feed. Slippery slope is an idiomatic expression meaning a course that leads to progressively worse outcomes. Feed refers to the continuous stream of content on social media. This sentence means that algorithms deliberately select emotionally charged content, trapping users in endless scrolling. In one, social media churns out information that's been highly processed to stimulate not just engagement, but also dependency. This sentence means that social platforms produce content engineered to capture and hold users' attention, creating dependence. Moreover, in encouraging excessive and unchecked self-exposure before a mass media-sized audience, it tears down all boundaries. This sentence means that by promoting oversharing, social media eliminates personal privacy and limits. This leads to discord, not harmony. This sentence means that instead of fostering understanding, such exposure creates conflict. Yes, he says, close bonds can be formed online, but that and other benefits don't outweigh the drawbacks, including psychological harm. This sentence means that while online connections exist, the negatives like mental health issues outweigh the positives. Carr questions the narrative that digital media is a democratizing vehicle, which to him overlooks how it breeds extreme views, polarization, and fanaticism. Democratizing vehicle means a tool that promotes democracy. Polarization means extreme division in opinions. Fanaticism means extreme, irrational zeal. This sentence means that Carr argues digital media actually fosters divisiveness rather than democratic dialogue. He argues it is more conducive to authoritarian movements and cults of personality. Conducive means tending to bring about. Cults of personality means excessive devotion to a leader. This sentence means that digital media can encourage autocratic tendencies and blind loyalty. Communication media, he claims, is anything but politically neutral. This sentence means that, according to Carr, media inherently influences political power dynamics. It spawns asymmetries of power as it determines what we know and therefore shapes our thinking in the process. Spawns means creates. Asymmetries of power means imbalances in influence. This sentence means that media control creates unequal power by influencing knowledge and thought. Some of Carr's assessments about digital technology bring to mind a very readable and insightful book published much earlier. This sentence means that Carr's critiques remind one of an earlier influential book. This saw it producing another kind of outcome: loneliness, both personal and political. Loneliness means a state of isolation. This sentence means that the earlier book discussed how digital technology also contributes to isolation on personal and political levels. The Lonely Planet, by British economist Norina Hertz, had a different focus, as the title of her book indicates, but it also considered the damaging effects of communication technology and social media. The Lonely Planet is the title of Hertz's book. This sentence means that Hertz's book, although different in focus, also highlights the negative impacts of digital communication. Of course, what she described as a global pandemic of loneliness, defined as a feeling of being unsupported in a social and familial context, and also by fellow citizens, governments, and the state, was ascribed to a conflation of diverse factors and events. Global pandemic of loneliness is a metaphor meaning a widespread epidemic of isolation. Conflation means merging different issues into one. This sentence means that Hertz attributed widespread loneliness to various interconnected causes. They included structural and institutional discrimination, an urbanization wave, rise of neoliberalism, and fundamental changes to how we live. Structural and institutional discrimination means systemic bias built into organizations. Neoliberalism means an economic ideology favoring free markets and deregulation. This sentence means that various societal forces contribute to the loneliness crisis. But Hertz also assigned an integral role to social media and smartphones in making people more angry and tribal. Integral role means a vital part. Angry and tribal means prone to hostility and group-based divisions. This sentence means that Hertz sees social media and smartphones as key factors in increasing anger and divisiveness. In analyzing digital distraction, she used research findings to press the case that technology and social media are also contributing to the loneliness crisis. Digital distraction means the diversion of attention by digital devices. This sentence means that Hertz's research shows technology further isolates people by distracting them. Smartphones fragment our attention, estrange us from people, and create a splintered self, among other damaging effects she mentions. Fragment our attention is a phrase meaning break our focus into pieces. Estrange means alienate. Create a splintered self is a metaphor meaning disrupt our sense of identity. This sentence means that smartphones negatively affect our focus, relationships, and self-perception. Apart from pushing people into isolated digital bubbles, social media is creating a meaner, more aggressive world. Digital bubbles means isolated online environments. This sentence means that social media not only isolates people, but also fosters hostility. This is more than apparent from trolling and offensive online behavior. Trolling means deliberate online provocation. This sentence means that the prevalence of online abuse confirms the aggressive nature of digital interactions. Therefore, Hertz urges the need to hold social media to account and acknowledge the dangers of tech addiction. Tech addiction is an idiomatic expression meaning an excessive, compulsive reliance on technology. This sentence means that Hertz calls for stricter regulation of social media due to its addictive and harmful effects. None of this, however, means that the enormous opportunities communication and digital technology offer and their untold benefits should be discounted. This sentence means that despite the drawbacks, digital technology still has significant positive potential. They are wide-ranging and have powered many promising developments and helped to fuel unprecedented social and economic progress. Wide-ranging means extensive. Unprecedented means never before seen. This sentence means that digital technology has driven significant progress in many areas. But these books offer instructive insights into the vulnerabilities and harmful repercussions they create, which have yet to be mitigated or effectively managed. This sentence means that the literature highlights critical risks and negative impacts of digital technology that remain unresolved. The writer is a former ambassador to the US, UK, and UN. This sentence means that the author is an experienced diplomat with extensive international expertise. Published in Dawn, March 10, 2025.